What's up, guys? This is James First, and if you know me for a while, I used to do Let's Plays on this channel, but real life has gotten kind of crazy, so I haven't been able to do Let's Plays. So I'm gonna give a shot at VTubing, reacting, see where it goes from here. I saw this video the other day and wanted to try it out since I love superpowers, and probably go over a bunch of different types of topics on this channel. So let's just start. Superpowers you would never want to have from Gray Matter Fanboy. I love Benson, so I already know this is gonna be a good video.
Some superpowers seem amazing until they ruin your life. You don't always get the Omnitrix, supermagnetism, or teleportation. Sometimes you're stuck with powers that are useless, dangerous, or straight up depressing.
I never knew how Wolverine's power is actually bad until looking more into it, because I wasn't really into Marvel that much until because I was basically a normie for the last couple of years, just watching whatever Marvel movie came out, and then I actually read more about Wolverine's powers. I'm like, oh no, I would love the Omnitrix though. Not gonna lie, I would love it, and I bet any Benson fan will love it.
Let's break down the most overrated, tragic, and downright scam superpowers in Ben 10 and all of fiction. And at the end, I'll reveal what might be the worst superpower ever imagined. It all starts with Millimouse. No, really. In the X-Men comics, there is a girl named Irina, aka the Choir, and she has really similar powers to Millimouse. You see, she has many mouths on her neck, and what do they
Okay,
do? Well. She can speak with multiple voices at once, and can make sounds come from various different locations. I mean, it could be a great superpower in an
that's
occasion where
kind
you
of
need
interesting.
crazy disruption or strategy, and maybe if I'm planning on having a karaoke night. But what do I do when the negative 10 shows up for a brawl? Unless they're weak to an acapella, I'm pretty sure she's going to be useless. No wonder her wiki page is shorter than Tyler 1. Speaking of strange powers, meet Trevor, iGuy's long lost mutant cousin. Now Trevor isn't going to be the guy to clutch up in a battle against the negative 10 like iGuy, but just like him,
Going on to the meaty mouth, or what was her name? The mouth girl? I already forgot. Let me see. Come on. Let me
useless.
see.
No wonder her wiki
Whatever, the mouth girl. There are mouth powers that have been kind of integrated really well in other series, such as like My Hero Academia, where you have Shoji, which is duple arms, but that's just like one part of his power, and you have, I believe his name was Tobe, the mouth guy from the Shiha Sakai, but he could do more with his mouth. But it's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know. I think it would give away when you have all those mouths on your neck.
page is shorter than Tyler 1. Speaking of strange powers, meet Trevor, iGuy's long lost mutant cousin. Now Trevor isn't going to be the guy to clutch up in a battle against the negative 10 like iGuy, but just like him, he has multiple eyes. It's nothing as cool as Gojo's 6 eyes or iGuy's powers that shoot cool lasers and ice. No, Trevor has multiple eyes that can allow him to see in every direction. Now that's actually a pretty good ability so that you can avoid being sneak attacked, but it's pretty much bad for everything else. If you're put into a fight against an above average human with this as your superpower, you are literally cooked. Classic series Gwen and Grandpa Max will destroy you with minimal difficulty, but nothing so far tops what this alien can do. The worst, or an atrocious, yes, that's the alien
Oh,
species
this
name,
alien.
has an incredible immunity to damage. He is literally invincible. That sounds pretty awesome. But just like Captain Man, he can't be hurt, but he feels absolutely everything.
Oh,
No,
that's
that
gotta
seems fine
suck.
and dandy when it comes on to stopping street level problems, like maybe a regular crook or something, but come on, what will Captain Man
Honestly, if you couldn't feel pain, I probably would think the worst would have been a really powerful alien. Like, I didn't watch Omniverse that much, aside from the original three, like Ben 10, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien. I didn't watch Omniverse that much, unfortunately. But I seen the aliens and they look pretty interesting. Like, not your typical Ben 10 aliens. Something unique, something different.
do against literal Vilgax drones? He'll probably get packed up by Grandpa Max as well, and that's a pretty basic superpower. But horrible superpowers can even come from great ones like flight. Now imagine you have cool abilities like
Oh, I
Stingfly. You
love
can zip
Stinkfly.
around in
I
the
love its
air,
design and
you have
everything.
360-degree vision with your extra bug eyes, You can even shoot super sticky goo that can apprehend foes that are way above your weight class. Well, be introduced to Kite Man. He has the super ability of flying and controlling kites, but he's pretty much lackluster in everything else.
Didn't this guy get his own show recently? Like, I was so surprised that I saw a show being announced about Kite Man. I believe I saw Classic D Man go over it, but like he seems like a very minor villain. I don't know. I don't watch DC that much, so I really wouldn't know that much.
No combat specialty, no sticky goo, and overall he is just really unimpressive. But he seems to get beaten by Solomon Archer, who has actually one of the most interesting superpowers ever. He has a psychic link to his 18-wheeler, and it enables him to control this truck in any way he sees fit, even enabling him to go to space. Now, this
Can he
is
control it
probably one of the
outside of the
dumbest
truck?
things I've ever seen in fiction ever. I mean, Upgrade can already control any form of technology once it's merged with it, but his technopathy is only linked to controlling his truck. But it doesn't get worse than Marvel's first attempt at creating a diverse cast by introducing a hero known as the Black Bomber. Now, I know Dr. Umar is watching me while I say this, but this is actually a white man with the ability to transform into a black man when he's under stress. No
Oh my
cool
god, he can say the N
shape-shifting
word now.
abilities like Mystique, no cool anything. Overall, he just gains darker pigment and an afro. Now that we're still stuck in pre-2000 superpowers, we can talk
I always wonder, like I'm a My Hero Academia fanatic and I love quirks. Like, what if there was a quirk that allows you to customize your body and you could turn like your pigmentation to like black? Like, would that be or black facing or whatever it's called, like blackface, or would that just be natural since your body is able to do that? Like, I don't know. Like, it could be same for the opposite too. Like, you're a black person and you have the a customized quirk, and you could customize your skin to be white. You suddenly gain privilege or something like that. I don't know. It's just something that's funny. Like, would it be considered whiteface?
about one of the lamest
I don't know.
methods
I
of
love in this
size
video so far.
alteration, which is from this lady known as Big Bertha. She has the ability to go from a slender, sleek fashion model into becoming a plus-sized superwoman. And that's it. That's the entirety of her powers. I thought
Really?
maybe she
That's
could
it?
become a giant, but no, all she does is put on 400 pounds, and that's it. But it's only downhill from here. Apparently Professor
Oh, ad.
X runs a daycare for cursed children, because here comes Pyro. Let me paint you a vivid picture of what his abilities can do. Imagine Heat Blast, being able to control fire, but he has no fire resistance, can't
Oh, so
create
it's
his
like
own
Dobby.
fire, and isn't nearly as cool. He's basically like the firebenders from that Avatar movie. Now, if he has a fire source, he's pretty dangerous, but with no fire source, you're just a normal chill guy. Then we have
That's
Forget
kind of
Me
lame.
Not. Amazing name, but
Forget Me
super
Not. Oh my
tragic
god, that's a
power.
cool
Now,
name.
Ben 10 in itself has its fair share of psychics and memory wipers, like Hypnotic and Subliminal. However, Charles Xavier's school
Uh, Derailment, but did the Nematrix ever got more than what it was shown off? I know we've seen a little bit of it, or a good chunk of it in the series, but I don't know. I think the Nematrix is such a cool concept that they should have expanded on more. I wanted to see more predators of aliens, which is kind of crazy because aliens are kind of like humans, but well, I guess we do have predators in the form of disease, but hey,
as the lamest guy ever. You see, Forget Me Not's powers work like this. As soon as you stop looking at him, you forget that he exists. This is probably really good for stealth missions, but terrible for everything
okay.
else. He could save the world, and no one would remember him. What were we talking about again? Anyways, we can talk about one of the most controversial powers on this list, which is super strength. Now, before you guys crucify me in the comments, please let me explain why super strength is not a great superpower. Super strength has many different tiers in superhero television and every facet of fiction. One thing to note is that it is everywhere. It's very common, it's very boring, and rarely are you ever the strongest person in your piece of fiction.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen like a super strength like superpower or person who just has super strength, be that creative. It's like when it comes to like Benton, one of my favorite aliens is like Ripjaws and Wildnut because they are very different, very unique, very awesome. And the same can apply to like My Hero Academia. Like one of my favorite characters is Shoji just because of his design and quirks. So I don't know, super strength has gone, I don't know, kind of overrated in my opinion. Though I guess what they gotta do it to make it sell. I mean, forearms is extremely popular, and I can see why.
Let's take for example this guy, Captain Adam, who actually has super strength. He tried fighting Superman and he got folded in the quickest way possible.
I was about
Being
to say,
strong
was
is
this that
cool
metal guy
until
from
someone else
from the
who is a
Deadpool
lot
movie?
stronger than you shows up. Now let's get to the real dumpster tier. Starting off with this transparent kid made of wax. Now his power sounds pretty cool. Maybe he's like Goop, who is one of Ben's best aliens in Alien Force.
Oh, I love
or a
Goop.
cool Clayface or something that can shapeshift. No. He is just a wax guy, and he also
Really?
is very, very flammable. That's it. A fire hazard, lady repellent, and he's literally just a human candle. However, someone who is very, very good with the ladies is Ripjaw's best friend, Aquaman. As powerful as he is made out in the movies, like he knocked out a Green Lantern, which is pretty cool, breathing underwater is still a stupid, useless superpower. Maybe if you have to fight Plankton or SpongeBob, it will be useful, but how often is a superhero asked to do that? And even if you can talk to fish, what crimes are fish committing that require me to ever need to do that in any situation? Pretty useless superpower if you ask me. Now all this
I have to kind of disagree about that, especially in places where water is extremely like popular. Like most of the Earth is covered in water, so you could just use it for reconnaissance. Uh, Basically anything. If you could like just breathe underwater and you don't get affected by the creatures underwater, I think that's a pretty good ability, especially for tracking, reconnaissance, stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe just my opinion.
talking about the oceans got me feeling for ice cream. You guys like ice cream, right? Well, 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 I have someone with a superpower for you. Meet Soft Serve, whose entire superpower is making ice cream, but with
My ass.
dude, her entire skill set
Wait,
is that she
really?
makes delicious ice cream with her butt. Who wrote this,
Are
man?
you
I'm pretty sure
serious?
Rexplode would not approve of this, but Bailey Hoskins would probably try to one-up her with his superpower. He is a mutant with the specialty of creating explosions. Not the cool kind like Gambit or Rexplode. He is only good at turning himself into a bomb, and after he explodes, he does not come back. He doesn't survive. He doesn't
Are you kidding me?
regenerate. He just dies. Imagine being a super suicide bomb that needs a permission slip to go on a field trip. Well, congratulations, Bailey. At least you got to wear one of the X-Men uniforms. So, what do you think is the worst superpower? Drop it in the comments, and if it's bad enough, I'll roast it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, because it's a superpower, doesn't mean it's a blessing. Next up,
Okay, that was a pretty good video. Like, I didn't really know that many superpowers. Like I said, I don't really get into DC and Marvel that much. I love Ben 10 and I love anime superpowers. So I really liked it. A worst ability I have to think of is, I don't know. It has to be something really weird and really out there, but you have like anime series like My Hero Academia who makes pretty much every quirk somewhat useful, depending on the situation. Like even if you're a hero or not, like they even make there's this I forgot, is it like Melissa's dad? He has a quirk called bending fingers, which he can bend his fingers in any way, and he mainly uses that for technology, so I don't know, maybe that's probably the most useless quirk. Like a lot of people say pop off or gecko are bad quirks, but I mean if you can use them to your advantage, they'd be pretty good. I don't know. But anyway, give this guy a like and follow. His name is Gray Matter Fanboy. I have never heard of this one until today. I think I did have this on my saved list, so yeah, go check him out.